I'm Mehreen Khan, and I work as a communications specialist currently at the Dawood Group of companies. I deal with communications and marketing and public affairs. I've also had a background in electronic media and currently also write part-time. So the event ACCA Accountants for Business Global Forum. This is really part of ACCA's continuing drive to improve the accountancy and finance profession by encouraging people to look at their skill set and actually develop those even further to keep up with the pace of global progress and the global economy. I will be moderating a session which is about maximizing talent, putting people first. Because finance professionals are not just professionals, they're also people who need to be motivated and encouraged. And the whole point of this panel, as I see it, is to bring out actual strategies and techniques that companies or organizations can use to make sure that their professionals give them the maximum of their ability. So how do we do that? Well, one function is that companies and organizations, instead of being reactive, need to be proactive so that they actually invest in people and bring out their best abilities. People continue to grow so that those companies continue to attract talent into that organization. Judging by past ACCA events, the panel discussions are very animated. They're also of a high caliber. But the great thing about ACCA events is that you actually get takeaways that people can implement in their organizations. So it's a very practical discussion. There isn't just theorizing. People actually do come down and give of their experience. We also have a very varied and distinguished panel. So you get a range of views from across the industry. You get people who are new into accountancy, people who have been in accountancy in the finance profession for a long time, and you also get people from the human resource side. And I think this particular panel is going to cross those three areas. Now, looking at the human resource side, it's particularly important, given the global recession, that organizations are able to maximize their talent, and this is what this panel is all about. In essence, organizations need to make sure that their finance professionals are giving their best, because the global economy demands that finance professionals are not just confined to the accountancy part of their job, but are also giving strategic advice, risk management advice, that type of very strong advice to their organizations. It's particularly crucial in this time when we're facing a very difficult time in the country and indeed in the global economy. The thing about people power, maximizing people power, I love that title because it's really going to get people to think about the fact that a professional is also a person with human motivations, that you have to appeal to them, that the company or the organization has to be proactive and add some value to that person's professional capabilities. They have to allow them to grow, but also nurture them to grow so that they can actually branch out and add value across functions. And I think the future of the finance profession is going to be that they will increasingly have synergy with the human resource function, with the risk management function, with other functions across an organization's team. We are going to see professionals across the board who will need to diversify, who will need to be multifaceted. I don't think finance professionals will remain in the mold they are at the moment, and ACCA has played and continues to play a vital role in actually expanding that growth within the finance profession. The finance industry in Pakistan is doing incredibly well. You only have to look at the banking sector to see the phenomenal growth that has taken place over the past few years. Pakistan's economy is a sort of a strange animal at the moment, because even though we are a developing country and there's a global recession, there are some sectors of our economy which are doing tremendously well. And the banking and the finance sector, I think, represents a real area where young people, young graduates can come in and have a strong future. They can have a solid qualification in finance or accountancy, and that really takes them across borders as well. This is the kind of qualification education which is international, indeed global. So I think that the banking and the finance industry in Pakistan has a great deal of promise, and certainly for our young people, given the fact that our country is 60% of our population is under the age of 25, we have to cater to young people's aspirations. And this is another aspect of the panel about maximizing talent, is how can the accountancy and finance profession actually go forward and attract youngsters to utilize their talents and channel it in this way. There's an enormous thirst in Pakistan for education and for knowledge. Young people really do want to get a good education. They do believe that this is the way to progress, to improve their lives and the quality of their life, and indeed it is. So when you have forums like the ACCA, which is instrumental in this knowledge expansion, in giving information, in encouraging young people, I think that's vital. You can't underestimate the quality and the value of something like this. Young people are desperately looking for avenues to channel their energies, to channel their time and their limited resources. So the finance profession and the accountancy profession, I think, has real scope to open up to a wider audience of young people and really bring them in. And perhaps in this panel, what I would like to do is also explore the offshoots of the accountancy profession. Are there other areas where young people can come in? Because not everybody excels at academics, but they might be stronger in certain other areas. And are there avenues for them if they don't just want to be a particular type of accountancy professional? Can they do things which are still linked to that profession, but not necessarily so demanding? I think there's real scope here for us to have a look at how we can bring in all sorts of levels of youngsters and include them in the profession. Well, I think the Pakistani finance profession and accountancy industry has come a long way, because you've got these forums taking place, you've got a think tank type attitude where new ideas are being explored continuously, global trends, international ideas are being brought to Pakistan with the click of a button. That's the great thing about the technology we have, that we can now keep up with ideas in real time. And forums like the ACCA have done a great job of doing that. I know in the past their events have been on Twitter simultaneously, they've been broadcast on the internet. So it's a really technology-enabled event. And the panel discussion, we often get emails in and tweets in, which we can include, which I think is a brilliant facet of that. So do come and join us at the ACCA Accountants for Business Global Forum. This event is happening on Thursday, November the 17th in Lahore at the Royal Palm Golf and Country Club. Look forward to seeing you there.